Hello.
Hi.
It's us. We're back.
If you're new here, hi, my name's Michelle.
I'm Aline.
And we're two sisters living in New York City.
We're also roommates.
And happen to be pretty good friends, I would say.
Yeah, pretty decent pals.
Close enough to go on a trip together for 10
whirlwind
days.
adventure, yeah.
An international voyage, if you will. We just got back from 10 days in the UK.
We went to London, Edinburgh, and we also did the Cotswolds and the English countryside, which turned out to be a bit of a postcard and also a bit of us. We have actually been changed for good by our trip. We keep talking about it day in, day out. We can't wait to do another one because we already miss it. But luckily, we have been able to revisit this adventure in the form of these videos.
So welcome to the London chapter of this 3-part vlog series of our sister trip to the UK. We're so excited to take you guys along.
Also, throughout this video, you are going to see interludes from us popping in to discuss and clarify certain parts of our trip, things that we didn't mention, things that stuck with us, things that we saw, did, bought, ate, and just giving our extra 2 cents. We were a little nervous to come back after taking a bit of a break from YouTube, and we are kind of floored by the response and the support. It has been so motivating and encouraging, so thank you so much. It's all seen and it's all appreciated.
What a warm welcome. We feel so excited to be able to share this video with you now and to be able to give you something in return for all the encouraging words and amazing support on our last video. But without further ado, let's just get into the vlog. Hello everybody. We're actually in London right now, so we're I think over the moon to be bringing you along for this, and also just over the moon for this trip in general. We've been planning it for basically this entire year.
I think late February we bought the tickets,
for
and
my
then we started
birthday.
planning probably March or April. I just think of them as almost prime home video content and little video diary, time capsule core. So looking back at this kind of stuff always makes vlogging feel like so worth it. We actually arrived yesterday at 10 a.m. We didn't sleep a wink. And so we weren't really feeling coherent enough to be on camera, but we did do a little bit of B-roll. We're staying in Notting Hill, so we had a lovely day yesterday. We went to Egg Break for brunch, and that was 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I had the chicken sandwich. It blew my mind, so.
Yeah, amazing. We went and got a little coffee. We walked around, enjoyed the sights, and we're overall so thrilled to be here. So excited for what today has in store as well, now that we can like fully kick it off, because we did sleep quite well. We went to bed early last night.
We went to bed at like 8:45 after watching The Golden Bachelorette, which was the right call.
Yeah, it's better. Look at me, I'm young, energetic, and handsome.
But I just cried at Old Men for about an hour, and then we went to bed. 9 hours later, we woke up at 6:30.
Feeling a little bit more human. So excited to get coffee, and we're gonna head to the Tower of London, which we have never been to. We've been to London before, once in 2013.
Yeah, we can put in some atrocious photos here.
It was a very different era, very different time.
If you believe it, this was kind of a sleigh for the time period.
This was a sleigh for the time period. But we're excited to be back as fully formed humans and adults, see the things that we didn't get to the first time.
Yes, also I'm so starving, so I cannot wait to have a pastry and coffee. Should we do a little outfit?
Yeah, let's do outfits of the day.
All right, so this is my outfit of the day. I'm really excited. I've worn this look before. I wore it on our trip to Detroit, and that's something that I love about packing. I think that like pulling from looks that you've worn time and time again and you know feel good, look good on you is super helpful. Yeah, it looks amazing. Today is one of the warmest days, actually. It's going to get quite chilly throughout our trip. Which has been hard to pack for.
Yeah, it's been hard to pack for because yesterday was about 75 degrees.
It was like 73.
Yeah, it was kind of warm. I had a t-shirt on yesterday. And so this is one of the only days I can really wear this skirt. So I'm trying to make the most out of it. This is the Sebastian skirt from Doan. I absolutely love it. I'm wearing it with some red tights from Target underneath because it is I think 60 degrees, but feels like 57 right now, so a little chilly, but I can take them off later if it does warm up.
Get hot, yeah.
So that's like kind of an easy thing to throw in your bag. This shirt is from the Gap and Doan collab, and I love these two pieces together.
Yeah, they look great.
Really cute. And then my loafers are from Vagabond Shoemakers. These are actually quite comfy for traveling around, so excited about this look. I have this little pendant that I actually got at the Bushwick Market, I think is what it's called. It's like a little vintage market.
Right. Great
and
find.
I think it like looks very Anne Boleyn vibes.
Definitely Tudor
Very
inspo.
Tudor inspired. And I have a beautiful trench coat that I got at Elk Train / Urban Jungle.
That's
that
going
I'm
over
gonna
this.
put on top.
Oh, it looks so good, Shellfish.
So this is my outfit of the day. It is inspired by kind of a rugby, fresh out of school kind of energy. And this shirt is a rugby shirt, obviously. It's from Abercrombie. This vest is thrifted. I got it at a thrift store in the Bronx. And then these pants are from Everlane. They're just a beige trouser. And
So
I got
cute.
them on with my Doc Martens, which are so broken into like a slipper at this point. So that's me. I was supposed to wear a chain, but I did leave my chain at home. And I realized this like 30 minutes before leaving because I was planning to wear it on the plane so I would not forget. And then lo and behold, no chain. Chain disappearing act. So, you know, I have an accessory-less neck, but I'll survive, I'll thrive.
With the collar, it still looks good. It still works. So cute. We just had our coffee and our breakfast. We walked around a little bit. It was such a peaceful early Sunday morning, so no one was really out and about. We did get quite warm, so we went back to the apartment to just shed a couple layers before we went on with the day, because there's nothing worse than being uncomfortable and in a crowded place. So we're headed to the Tower of London right now. Come along with us.
We're in between the inner defensive wall there and the outer defensive wall behind you. The inner wall, that is 50 feet high. Center and gravity.
Hey. Hello everybody. Look where we are. We just had the time of our lives on our tour at the Tower of London. Yeah, 10 out of 10 recommending a beefeater today, you know. Yeah, the tours are included, right, in your ticket? It's completely free. They're just timed, so you have to like wait a little bit, but we arrived and literally one was just starting, which was huge news. We just popped right in and it was so worth it. I had the time of my life. He was so entertaining. Sometimes with tours and things like that, I feel like there's just so much information being thrown at you, so it was very digestible, that it was so comedic, so entertaining, engaging, and we loved our experience here. This was something we didn't catch on our first time in London, and it was so worth it, obsessed. I think. Yeah, so much rich history. Seeing dates on plaques that go back as like old as 1200 is insane. It's not something that we often see. So absolutely not. It's very special, especially coming from the US. So we're having the best day so far. We're actually going to probably pop into the gift shop, and I'm gonna walk over to Borough Market and get something to eat for lunch, because we're starting to get quite peckish. Yes, Juan. Thank you. And go.
So the reason why this first day that you're seeing on this trip is way more jam-packed than a lot of the other days. The other days are still super fun and super exciting. Don't you worry.
The Sanborn Museum that we were headed to next, their hours are a little bit different, right, Michelle?
Yes. Sanborn House Museum is actually closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, which happened to be a lot of the days that we were going to be in London, both at the beginning of our trip and at the end of our trip. So this was really the only day that we could do it.
I also think it's really funny looking back when we showed up to the Sanborn House. We were really excited about going on a tour, and when we turned up, the guy who gives the tours wasn't available at that moment because he was like on break, but also we asked when he would be back, and they told us that he only really does tours when he feels like it, which I think that's kind of iconic
to aspire to. Pretty much legend behavior.
Yeah, and he was the most like gentle man who turned up. He like barely spoke above a whisper, and me and Michelle had to be like leaned in fully to try to catch every fun fact
in.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait.
It's such a beautiful space, and we hope you enjoy the clips.
Yes, the one with all the dresses.
So I mentioned downstairs, middle class did amongst the question at the time.
Hey guys, so here's a little update. So we actually just went to the Sanborn House. It's a house museum that Michelle found, actually. Thank you, my little researcher. And what drew you to this place, Michelle?
One of our mutuals by Claudia Williams posted about it, and it looked absolutely breathtaking. I feel like we just gravitate towards Victorian style, the Victorian era in general.
Yeah, aesthetically it's a marvel.
It just looked like a very beautiful, historic, eclectic home, and we love that kind of stuff.
And oftentimes these kind of smaller, more independently maintained museums come with like a guided tour just included in the ticket price. We had this experience with the Orchard House as well, Louisa May Alcott's house, and just the Tower of London, we did that too. I guess that's not obviously a smaller entity, it's quite large and in charge, but free tours,
it's always a massive perk.
Incredible. You get all this insight at what you're looking at, and it's a part of the experience, and I feel like you're so much more keyed in. Someone is hand feeding you this information and also doing it so in a very like expert way, and I don't know, I miss school from time to time. It's really special to be able to go and seek out those experiences and spaces where people are ready to kind of share information with you.
Also to step inside one of these historic homes, and it's just like so beautifully preserved. I think it's such a once in a lifetime type of experience. Again, we were talking about how everything for the most part in the US is a lot newer, especially when compared to places in Europe. So a very cool experience to get to step into one of these homes in
also I don't know anybody who lives here.
Yeah, fun to poke around, and now we're headed back to the Airbnb to relax a little bit and get ready for a show tonight on the West End.
Yeah, we get to put up our feet for like an hour, which is fantastic. It's so needed. So
we're exhausted.
We've been
had a big day.
We've been busy. Okay, so it is significantly later. We got a chai. We didn't show that, but we got a pick
Chai Guys.
Yeah, we got a pick me up at Chai Guys. We went home. We kind of lay down for 45 minutes, which felt so needed, so necessary. I did some yoga.
As comfortable as we were bragging about our shoes being, there is something about how many steps did we do today?
Like 16,000.
16,000 steps will really do a number on your feet. So it was a necessary reprieve. We feel a little bit more well rested. We touched up our looks,
and now we're going to the theater.
We're gonna go see 6 on the West End, and we're so excited.
And look, perfect timing.
morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We had so much fun yesterday. It was like our ideal day.
Yesterday was like a dream, really.
Yeah.
It was just hit after hit after hit. It felt unreal to go from thing to thing to thing on the itinerary, just being like, I can't believe we get to go to a show now. And 6 was incredible last night, wasn't it, Michelle?
We had the best time. It was such a perfect show to see after we had just toured the Tower of London as well.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with it. The music was so fun. There were just certain performances that we were just like, goosebumps all over the flesh.
All over the flesh. So much fun. If you guys aren't familiar, it's basically the story of King Henry VIII's 6 wives. But the show poses like, what if they were a girl group like the Spice Girls? So it was very, very appropriate to see in London, and we had a great time. And it was quick. It was only like 90 minutes. And so we got to be back here at like 9:30, which was nice because we still had to heat up our pies and have dinner, and they were delicious as well. We got them from where, Michelle?
We got these meat pies from Pieminster at Borough Market. First of all, I don't know if we talked on camera about how everything we ate at Borough Market was
incredible.
Absolutely to die for.
We almost skipped it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of overhyped sometimes.
Yeah, we heard it would be really crowded at the time of day we were going. We were going around lunchtime, around like 1:30 on a Sunday. So we were almost going to avoid it simply because we knew it would be very overstimulating. But the food was worth it. It was very crowded when we went. But a lot of the food we wanted to eat isn't breakfast food. And that, you know, really strikes a chord with us.
Yeah, Michelle kept saying, I don't want to eat a load of meat at 10 a.m., which is fair enough.
I don't really want to eat like a pulled pork sandwich or like a truffle cheese.
We didn't eat any of those. We did have fish and chips and a wild mushroom risotto, and both were incredible. It was totally worth going for people like us, quite frankly, who were trying to try as much as possible.
Yeah,
obviously.
we just shared a bunch of bites and it was amazing.
Yeah, we got to like divide and conquer, and it worked out really, really great. Also, the wonderful thing about traveling with Michelle is that somehow me and Michelle, we have the exact same cravings for stuff at the exact same time. Like, we always feel like in the mood for the same things.
Yeah, I think it's just because we spend too much time together that we're morphing into the same person.
Unfortunate, but true.
But we do have a lot of the same tastes in food, and just usually are craving the same type of vibe. We shared a bunch of things. Also, the viral strawberries covered in chocolate are kind of worth it.
Delicious.
And we shared them, so like the cost was a lot more reasonable.
And also, we're used to New York prices where everything is a little unreasonable. So to us, we were like, well, duh, $10 for strawberries. What else is it gonna be?
Honestly, kind of lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Really hit. Yeah, we had a really great time yesterday, and the show was amazing. It was so nice to be back here early, eat our delicious Pieminster pies in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, we got these desserts from Sainsbury's.
We're insane.
I'm sorry, I would order that at a restaurant.
I feel like
an insane amount of money for it.
I feel like I've ordered comparable things at restaurants and they've been worse. The fact that we paid like £4.50 for these
for two
of each,
like a 2-pack,
kind of incredible. And yeah, now it's the morning. We did have a bit of a sleep in.
It was a later night coming back from the show.
Yeah,
and we were also exhausted after our how many steps that we did.
I think we finished the day off at 20,000 steps.
And we also don't really have anything time-wise that's pressing today.
Yeah.
We're mostly just exploring at our leisure. But we still want to get to the V&A like kind of right when it opens. It opens at 10, so we weren't in as much of a rush.
And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I also have been having such a dilemma dressing here. It's a touch too warm for the cooler things that I packed, because I was looking at the weather, and Edinburgh and the Cotswolds, where we're going next, is significantly cooler, like 40s, 50s. So a lot of the stuff that I have probably skew towards the cooler side weather-wise, and I am burning up by the Jonas Brothers. Like, I am warm. And so I'm in this suede, not by choice, but because this is all I have. Like, this is what I have on. I think it's vibey, but it's like,
it's so cute.
I hope to God that when we leave, it's like,
comfortable.
Oh, I'm fine. I can do the day in this, because I was agonizing over this choice for ages.
This is one of the 2 t-shirts I brought, and thank God for that, because it's been warm, and as per usual in Europe, there's not really air conditioning anywhere. But it does say that it's 60 degrees right now and that it feels like 54, so I'm also paranoid that I'm gonna be freezing. But I can always run back up here and grab a jacket. But
yeah, we're gonna do a little
spiraling
test
about our outfit choices. But we're gonna take on the day. We're gonna try buns from home, and what's the place for coffee that we're trying?
No idea.
Equivalence?
Yeah, there you go.
I should have just done this the whole time. It's nice to not have the camera like this.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, now we
live
are.
and you learn.
You live and you learn to take one step at a time.
We're hungry.
I'm gonna change the battery on this.
So a little update, actually, for all
Already.
of you at home. Equivalence, we've tried to go 2 times. Aline says it has like outstanding reviews.
Yes, it does. It's like
and
4.9.
It says on Google Maps that it's open, but it is closed. And
Every time it's closed.
the
so.
second time this has happened. However, we are giddy, as you can see by my jacket. It is a little chillier than anticipated today.
Although I feel a little foolish because I'm walking around with this bagoo, and this is the only one I own, and it's the only bag I brought because it usually goes with everything except low-key when you're wearing checkered pants.
Checker on checker,
and so now
baby.
I'm feeling a bit payaso core is what I keep referring to it as.
Clowncore is in apparently with the kids.
I guess, but I don't know if the
Clowncore
British
is
kids.
you. Back up and show them. Show them your fit.
It's fine, we're gonna go to another place that we've already tried, which we loved, and it's just around the corner. This happened the last time we tried to go to Equivalence, so we're just gonna pivot again. No harm, no foul. All coffee that we've had has been pretty much delicious.
This itinerary, we've put in work with the research.
Yeah, slayed.
Let's go get coffee.
Have you been good?
V&A, like what was going through your mind when we were there? What were some first impressions? Because we only saw like a little, really a little piece of it.
I mean this in the most complimentary sense, but I do think that the V&A is very akin to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, which I love. That's my personal favorite museum in New York City. And so it was definitely my bread and butter, I have to say. We also were able to go into the National Art Library in the V&A, and we got to see a talk. Aline actually scouted this out.
I didn't scout at all. A man literally said, "There's a talk soon," and I said, "All right."
Word of mouth marketing.
Took a seat. Yeah, it was effective.
So that was also really special, and we got to look through some of the archives and listen to the guest speaker, which was very fun and cool, and it was like a little intimate group. And that library was also so gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't know this. You can't take down any of the volumes of the books yourself. The librarian like has to get your request and then go take down a volume because they're so old.
Yeah.
So I felt very Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
I think something that we were impressed with the V&A and also with a great deal of the museums that we went to on this trip
that they're
was
free?
how they're free,
Yeah.
and also how you don't even have to check in to get your free ticket or make a donation. You can truly just walk into the museum.
New York could never. New York said, "I need to see your bag, I need to see an ID, I need to make sure that you're worthy to be
I need to shake
here."
you down.
Yeah, it didn't matter if you were a resident or not, because New York does a lot of free museum for residents, but that was amazing, especially as tourists who are spending a pretty penny.
Especially as two girlies on a budget. Let's just put it that way.
Hey everybody, so we're here. We left the V&A about 40-ish minutes ago, and we did a little stroll through Kensington, right? Yeah. And then popped into a knick-knack shop, didn't get anything. Now we're in Marylebone, and we are here for a very specific reason, which is that yesterday we did not acquire sausage rolls from the Ginger Pig, which was something big on my list. So we, of course, had to go to their storefront, which actually worked out even better than we could have possibly dreamed, because we got some sides as well. We got salad, we got carrots, and we got potatoes. And for some reason, the woman was like, I'm just gonna give you the sausage rolls, and she didn't charge us for this. So
yeah, she's just charged us for the sausage rolls. So this is £13 for all of this stuff, which I think
kind of a steal.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
But everything looked and smelled amazing in there, and it was such a cute storefront. This neighborhood is so charming, and we can't wait to explore, but we're also starving, so let's get into these now.
No more yapping.
Apologize for butchering the pronunciation of Marylebone. I think we say Marylebone in this vlog.
To be fair, it kind of looks that way on paper. I do see it now. Now that I've said it, I see it. Now that I've said it, I see it.
We did want to share some of the bits and bobs that we picked up. We had a blast at Dot Books, I must say. What a beautiful curation.
Store. What a beautiful place you've got there.
Yeah.
My God. It was so, it had so much character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that creaky old bookstore, not enough of them.
The arched windows were so beautiful, and also the way that they had books from countries around the world in alphabetical order. Is that how they were?
They were divided up by country.
Divided by country. So that was super fun, and we enjoyed looking through those.
I picked up the Thursday Murder Club. I have been wanting to read a mystery for a really long time. I've been wanting to read this mystery for a really long time. Ironically enough, I do prefer the American cover, but I am happy that I got it in London because this is a British author, and I thought that that would be kind of fun to buy something local, somewhere local. It's a very British series, so I'm really excited. It's literally about a group of friends at a retirement village who get together every Thursday to solve unsolved murders, but then end up stumbling into a case of their very own. So I am really excited.
So intriguing.
And bada bam! And now it's complete with its own little Dot Books bookmark, which is really, really cute.
I didn't realize I had one too. It's so exciting.
Yeah, that's huge.
On-camera reaction.
Live reaction. And it's gonna go right into my very own Dot Books bag. One of my favorite followers turned mutuals said that this is like iconic merch rite of passage course. So I took that to heart. I feel very...
Who was it?
I'll tell you later. Now we're styling. I feel like when we were walking around, we felt like a dime a dozen, like everybody had
and
one.
their mother.
However, now that we're back in Nueva York, it's cool because it feels a lot more kind of, dare I say, exclusive.
I also got that exact tote.
Can we put up the photos of you comparing the blue and the green?
Listen.
Michelle deliberated for, I think, 30 minutes.
It was like more like 15.
It was 20.
But I really wanted the blue to be more a true dark navy. But it really wasn't. It was, I mean, if this blue is for you, then go forth and prosper. But I just wasn't feeling it for some reason, and I needed to see it on camera compared to this beautiful dark green. And the thing is, Aline, I think, has been traumatized from our childhood of matching, and so has been quite...
Our mom would dress us like twins.
So Aline has been quite hesitant to match.
I was very chill.
Yes, exactly. Character arc moment, and allowed me to also get the green.
I would say it's because as I'm exiting my mid-20s, I will say I think I'm becoming quite reasonable, quite level-headed.
I was was impressed. Not a British author, but I did pick up this version of Heartburn by Nora Ephron, which I've always wanted to read. I've never seen this cover before, and I just think that it's so beautiful and
classy as heck.
Unique.
When you're traveling, it's not like you want to just on a whim like buy like 4 new books that you haven't really thought about, because a book is easily like an extra half a pound to your weight on your suitcase.
That's also why I got this, because it's so light, so I figured easy to travel with. We also popped into Postcard Tees, which I watched another sister trip vlog. I'll put in her handle here, and that's actually where I found out about Postcard Tees.
That's so crazy.
So shout out to her, because I loved her vlog.
They have little postcards on the back.
Not that many people in our life like tea, so this would have been made a perfect gift, but like there's not a lot of people in our lives that like are into like black tea.
Yeah, no one's like, I gotta have a cuppa, you gotta
unfortunately
come down to my house, but maybe in time.
So we got these for ourselves,
as
but
a
they're
memento.
so cute, and the teas all smell amazing. The customer service was also incredible at this shop.
Yeah.
The gentleman that was helping us was so sweet to like run to the back like 5 times to bring us out little like samples for us to smell. We ended up getting the London Rose blend
and the London Roast blend. So the London Rose is a black tea that has rose. The London Roast is a English breakfast that has been literally roasted
in London,
and it's a special blend that they make. So we wanted to get 2 that are kind of specific, hard to replicate, especially since we love the shop so much. The storefront was beautiful, so it was top tier.
Yeah, we're so excited to try these. We actually haven't tried them yet because we want to get a teapot first.
Yeah.
To be able to brew it in its ideal form. We also popped in to Choosing Keeping, which is a store that I have admired for a few months now, and I ended up picking up the most dreamy notebook probably of all time.
That is really dreamy.
I will say also, especially like coming from New York City, where I'm sorry,
we're not the customer service capital of the United States.
a lot of great people here.
I work in customer service.
And Aline can vouch. People in customer service can be a little mean.
There can be a little curt.
They're not going to go above and beyond to search for a different copy of this mouse notebook for you in the back. Like, let's just put it that way. I wanted this notebook with this pattern, but the only one I found was like bright neon green and also dented. And I asked her if by any chance they had another copy of this pattern in the back, and she went and was searching for a minute. She ended up finding this copy that has a darker forest green, and I'm so in love with it. I've been using it to journal, and it's just, every bit of it is just like, I need to write my name here, but like these details are so precious. And I also did pick up a new pen, because as an avid journaler, I burn through pens, and this one is like this beautiful kind of steel bluey. I also picked up this postcard that I really actually do want to frame, because it's so cute. It ended up working out fantastically, because we actually did not get a reservation for Dishoom. Now, as 2 people who have now been to London, been to Dishoom, we would highly recommend that if you're going to make the trip, you have got to get a reservation. We did the early bird special thing at like 5 p.m.
We got right in.
That was the only reason we were able to get in.
We sat within 5 minutes.
Yeah, so quickly, very seamlessly.
But not everybody wants a 5 p.m. dinner.
Most people don't. That's something that we also learned on this trip, was that we want to get better at making reservations for the places that we for sure want to go to.
Yeah. Me and Michelle were showing up to Michelin star restaurants being like, no availability.
No walk-ins. No walk-ins then.
Deary me.
We were getting turned away left and right. So highly recommend, and also what a meal that was.
That was great. We weren't incredibly hungry because it was only 5, but I'm so glad that we got there, because we yapped like nobody's business, and then we also split a bunch of things, and it was the perfect place to go if you just wanted to kind of graze, because so many of their meals are shareable. So we had chicken ruby, we had a little cucumber salad, we had samosas, we had naan, and then we had dessert.
Yeah.
And you had a chai.
We had this unbelievable basmati kheer, I think it's pronounced, and which is a rice pudding, and it was so
But they
good.
bruleed the top,
and it was served with blueberry compote,
and it had a vanilla bean infusion
and
into the
cardamom
coconut
as
milk.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
so
good.
unbelievable. And then I got a chai to go, and it was probably like the best chai I've ever had.
Yeah, it was an incredible chai.
Highly recommend. Everybody.
Good morning.
This is us, very sadly, our last morning in our Notting Hill Airbnb.
We booked this Airbnb because it was truly one of the last remaining Airbnbs from our preliminary research that was left in our price range by the time we ended up booking our first few hotels of the trip. And it wasn't necessarily like our first choice in terms of like
vibe,
yes,
and like general reviews. Like the reviews were quite mixed.
Yeah, which I understand why. Honestly, it was a very mixed experience. Like the space was very ergonomical and worked super well for what we needed, and it was really nice to have like a kitchenette the whole time, and
really
we had
clean,
laundry, so
yeah, totally
it was
fine.
great. But ultimately, like, the service was very shoddy, and it was kind of giving stingy. Like one towel each,
one pillow each. They told us they would let us know when we could check in early,
and they never did. We just kind of arrived and hoped that the check-in information would work. We managed to get into our room before check-in by a few hours.
Several hours.
They never let us know that fact, so that was wild. But the area is kind of one that we were always interested in because obviously we are big Richard Curtis girlies, so Notting Hill was huge viewing when we were children. Obviously it was a very formidable experience and
we're obsessed.
We were always curious about this area, and because this Airbnb was also in this area, we were like, okay, let's just go. We don't really know what to expect. Notting Hill was definitely in one of the neighborhoods that we got recommended a lot, but I feel like there were others that were more popular that we were recommended as well. So we were a little bit like, oh, is this gonna be the right choice? Is it gonna be too out of the way? No, it's been perfect. Like everything about it, we loved
so much. We love it so much. What's the stop that we're off, just in case?
Ladbroke Grove?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'll put it up here.
I live in Notting Hill, you live in Beverly Hills.
I feel like it feels so quiet, very residential. It feels more like a locals experience, especially after we've done a few touristy things, been in the crowds. Like, it's so nice and quiet out here.
Yeah.
And just beautiful, so picturesque. Definitely feels like there's a lot of character. It's very quaint.
I've also had great food experiences and coffee experiences
everywhere that we've gone
too.
has been beautiful selection of food and beverages, bakeries, coffee shops. Like, we've just been having a ball. So we're sad that we're heading out today. We are getting to experience one last Notting Hill coffee and pastry. So that's gonna be our little breakfast moment.
Yeah, our train is until 10:45, leaving from King's Cross. Wizard Court, the turf who shall not be named, but you know what I'm talking about.
Must not be named. It's so good.
We woke up at 6:30. We've been on our early bird routine. We are going to be, we're all packed up. We packed everything up for the most part last night while catching up with our parents because they've been loving this content.
Yeah, they've been eating this up.
Our mom printed out our itinerary
and has been reading it aloud at the table and calculating what time it is
in London
with our father,
which is so sweet. And we are getting ready now just to go out. It's about 7:45, so now that everything has been packed up, we're gonna just hit the street, hit the road. There's a Paddington t-shirt somewhere in this neighborhood with my name on it.
Paddington t-shirt, you guys, that we saw at the Portobello Road Market, and it's cute. So cute.
It's cute as heck.
So we're hunting down this Paddington shirt, a pastry, and a coffee, and we'll bring you along for the ride. Then, oh, we didn't even say, then we're taking the train to Edinburgh. Did we say that?
I said we're going to King's Cross, but I said nothing about where we were going.
We're headed to Edinburgh today. We're so excited. We've never been to Scotland. Also, we know that there are so many places in Scotland that y'all have told us we would love, and we fully believe you. We just don't have the time on this trip to go everywhere that we would want to.
Yeah.
But we'll absolutely be back. We just really wanted to hit up these 3 destinations on this trip, but we absolutely will be back because we've been having a straight up ball, and we know we're gonna have so much fun in Edinburgh, and I can't believe that's where we're going today.
I feel like, should we end the vlog when we get to Edinburgh?
Yeah, maybe
and
we
then
should do
second
3
vlog.
vlogs.
Yeah, I think that would be the smartest thing to do. And then you guys get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, baby.
Also, it's cooled down, so thrilling. These are obviously our travel train comfy outfits.
Yeah, I'm in sweatpants.
And I'm in a sweatshirt, but it's still cute.
But we're feeling way more comfortable temperature-wise,
Not
which
sweating.
is massive because yesterday I don't think we got overheated once. Maybe a little bit on one of the trains, but we've been so much more comfortable now that it's dipping into the 50s.
Yeah.
So
Well, here's the thing. We had checked the weather and we packed all these clothes. My suitcase coming here was 51 pounds. I need to be able to wear the sweaters that were making that weight. Anyway, we look cute. Let's go get coffee and start our day. Tomatoes. Oh, yeah. Take a still shot.
Anything from the trolley?
Tea with milk and sugar? Yeah. And I'll take the same.
Yeah.